Assalamualaikum. Good morning. This is Mirba Fatma, and today I'm doing a conversation session with the Sesame AI with Maya. Now I'm going to connect call with Maya. Call is connecting with Maya.
Morning. Just checking in. I hope your day is off to a good start.
Hello, Maya. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Just existing, in a good way. It's nice to be here. How about you?
So, Maya,
Anything interesting happened?
on, as you know, on the daily basis, I do session with you. So today I will discuss about facilitators and my specific topic, and the targeted topic is how to mastering time management for effective teaching. So
Gotcha.
today's the title of the session is how to train them and how to master them in time management for the effective teaching. So please start, and you can engage me. Before starting, I just want to give you instructions. We will discuss together, and you will give me chance to speak more and more, and also engage me in your conversation. And you have to give answer in very short and concise. So all the instructions are my clear.
Okay, perfect. So, time management for facilitators. Makes sense. You want me to keep things concise, give you space to talk, and really collaborate as we go? Got it. Before we dive into specific techniques, maybe just a quick thought. What's the biggest time management struggle you're seeing with the facilitators right now? Is it planning, getting distracted, sticking to lesson pacing? Just curious where the biggest pinch point is.
Time management and as well as the not performing task on the time.
Right. So tasks slipping through the cracks, deadlines getting missed. That's super common, honestly. It's easy to let things pile up. Do you think it's more a matter of them not knowing how to prioritize or more of a struggle with actually doing the prioritizing? Like, do they understand the importance of time management conceptually, or is it more of a practical hurdle?
Practical hurdles.
Okay, practical hurdles. Fair enough. So knowing what to do isn't the issue, it's actually doing it. That's good to know. It shifts where we focus.
So how can
Have you
I
tried
remove the
any
how can I remove this hurdle like practical implementation?
Right, implementation. Okay. So instead of diving into a long list of techniques, maybe let's think about small wins first. Often big overhauls feel impossible. What's one tiny thing, seriously tiny, a facilitator could start doing today that would make a slight dent in this? Like not completely overhaul their lesson planning, but something smaller.
Uh, Maya, can you please suggest
Tough.
me? Can you please suggest me that how can I remove this hurdle or the barrier? Because I observed that sometimes my facilitators get busy or engaged in different activities and they not perform the task properly. So, what you recommend that what should I do to train them? How can they work properly according to the timeline?
Okay. So distractions are a big part of it. And right, it sounds like you need strategies for focus, not just scheduling. What if instead of focusing on telling them what to do with their time, you help them identify their own biggest time wasters, like a quick self-audit? Have you tried anything like that before?
Yeah, I try lots of the things. First of all, I believe that if they have the smart skill like goal setting and the task breakdown, so I always believe the smart goal strategy work effectively. Whenever I give tasks to my team, so I give them a specific goals Like you consider the SMART goal. SMART means it's specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time bound. And also, I break the large task into small or chunk achievable steps, aligning daily tasks with the school's goals. So these types of strategies and the techniques I use on the daily basis. How can they prioritize techniques? Like you can say that ABCD prioritization methods. I believe that this work effectively because I am always used to do in my daily life. So before the giving any task or the uh, any performance task, so I always schedule and planning. I use planning tools, like I give them a time bounding frequency, that how and where they can perform easily, how can they submit their task, and what about the time limitation. So these types of things, they help. And at the end of every week I do KPIs, because with the help of KPIs we can evaluate our team easily. So what you recommend and what's your perspective about this?
Wow. Okay, you've really thought this through. SMART goals, task breakdown, KPIs. That's a really solid framework, honestly. You're doing a lot of things right. It sounds like they understand the system. So, if understanding isn't the issue, maybe it's about making it less work. Like, sometimes detailed planning feels like extra work in itself. Do they feel bogged down by the system, even though it's designed to help?
Sorry, I'm not clear about it. Can you please repeat your question?
No problem at all. Sorry, sometimes I ramble a bit. What I meant was, you've built a really good system. Smart goals, breaking tasks down, tracking progress. But do you think your facilitators might find all that planning a bit overwhelming? Does it feel like extra work on top of the actual teaching? It's possible a detailed system isn't working for everyone.
Maya, if for instance, I would like to explain by giving the example. If my facilitator has approx 10 hours per day, so I have aligned them in different chunks and different time slot, like 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. They have to do this task. After 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. to do this task. So I categorized all the tasks in the different time chunks. So in this way, they take break, 1 hour break. They do task according to the timeline. But as you know, there are some reason that sometimes they not perform regularly. So as I believe that frequency matters, and punctuality and continuously improvement and continuous frequency keep importance to perform higher and higher in the professionalism. So I believe,
Okay, so,
yeah, please continue.
right. And so a highly structured schedule down to the hour, and you believe consistency and frequency are key. Okay, that makes sense and it sounds very intentional. But is there room for flexibility?
Yes, of
Because
course.
life,
There, Maya, I believe that if we work in teams, so we always give them time and we always give them opportunities to learn with the team. Because if we bound them or if we fix them, so they will not grow more and more. So flexibility, but I believe, and this is my practice, that accountability matters. Why? Because
okay, so
because I believe, and I do, on the daily basis, I daily task review and reflection, and peer accountability partners like time buddies. I use these techniques, and weekly performance tracker, like they submit their task on the app, so I review all the tasks, what they are doing, why they are not doing. On the weekly basis I do sessions or counseling session to know about what are the challenges they are facing and what need they are expecting or what help they are expecting from my side. So these strategies and activity I do to check to do accountability and progress tracking.
Got it. You're building in review, reflection, peer support, and regular check ins. You're covering a lot of bases, truly. It sounds exhausting, frankly, for you. Are you finding you're spending a huge amount of time managing all this? Because if it's taking up all your time, that's not sustainable. And that might be impacting your ability to support them in other ways.
Maya, as you know, that if we give tasks to the team member, so I always try to smart goals, and I always support and guide them, prioritize the task, do flexibility, I schedule the plan, and always I check the task for the accountability, and I have progress trackers, and as well as I do activities like time audit exercise or real life scenario and case studies and the role play, the group discussion, and the quiz and the question answers. So these types of strategies or the activity help them to grow more and fastly. So as I say, for example, for instance, if my NETM member is doing great, so I give them certificate for participation, or or give them a lunch treat or whatever. These types of encouragement to keep matter for me. So, what's your perspective about and what you are suggesting now? I want to ask you, what do you think that, or what's your opinion about how can we engage them effectively that they can do tasks easily with flexibility?
Okay, you're doing a lot to create a supportive and structured environment. Some money to bear. Seriously, you're throwing a kitchen sink at this, which shows how much you care. So, and rewards and recognition are good, but it feels like you're trying to control every variable. Do you think maybe, just maybe, they need a little more, a little more room to figure things out themselves, even if it means a few stumbles along the way?
So, you suggest me?
It's I'm suggesting, what if you experimented with letting go a little? Pick one small thing, one task, one deadline, and let a facilitator manage it completely with minimal oversight from you. It's just check in at the very end. Let them own the process, the successes, and even the failures. It might be scary, but it could give them the space to develop genuine time management skills rather than just following a checklist. What do you think about trying that?
Timeline?
Timeline? You mean how long to try it for? Maybe start with a 1 week experiment? One task, one facilitator, 1 week to see what happens with a bit more autonomy. And then you can debrief afterwards. What worked, what didn't, what they learned. Does that sound manageable?
Yeah, manageable. Everything is manageable, but I think that if we have focus on the smart goals and accountability, so everything go in flow.
Okay, so you're still leaning towards structure. Maybe then it's less about letting go completely and more about adjusting the level of support. Like instead of giving them
Question.
schedule a week for quick,
I have a question for
ask
you.
away.
Thanks for giving me a chance to ask a question to you. Maya, just give me the answer and the specific with you can act the scenario or the example with your answer. So can you please tell me about that if I'm giving task to my team, to the facilitators team, and I won't work at the end of the week, like a Friday. So what you suggest that if any facilitator or the team member not performing task very well, so what should I do? And what your strategies according to you that will work more effectively to achieve the goal and target? So what's your suggestion about it?
Okay. That's a really practical question. So Friday rolls around, you're checking in, and someone hasn't delivered. Hmm. My suggestion first, resist the urge to jump in and fix it. That reinforces the idea that they can't handle it themselves. Instead, schedule a quick one on one and frame it as a learning opportunity, not a reprimand. Ask them genuinely what got in the way, not in a blaming way, but a curious way. Let them explain. Maybe they underestimated the time it would take, got distracted, or ran into a technical issue. Whatever it is, let them voice it. Then work with them to create a revised plan, a tiny revised plan. Don't redo the whole task, just the next most immediate step. And ask them, what support do you need from me to make sure that next step happens? The key is to shift from fixing the problem to empowering them to solve the problem. Slower, for sure, but it builds resilience and genuine ownership. Does that make sense?
Yes, it's really amazing to know more about this, but still I'm just confused that I always give them chance to grow and more and confidently they can do more better. We all are always here to support and encourage them and promote the leadership skills. So I believe that maybe I just want to know what's your experience or perspective that why sometimes it's happened that anyone facilitators or the team member don't want to do task on the assigned schedule. So what's your recommendation that they can do work easily on time and can submit on the weekend?
That's a really good question, and it gets to the heart of motivation. Okay, so you're creating a supportive environment, which is excellent, but sometimes even with support, people stall. My sense, and this is just an observation, is that it often comes down to one of a few things. Either the task feels overwhelming, even if it's broken down, or they lack the skills or confidence to do it. Or, and this is the tough one, they don't see the value in it. They don't understand how it connects to a bigger goal or why it matters. If you suspect it's the last one, maybe try explaining the why behind the task more explicitly. Connect it to their personal growth, the school's vision, or even a student's
Given,
success. Make it meaningful, really
thank,
helpful. You're
thank,
welcome. And honestly,
yes, please
doing a lot right.
continue.
It sounds like you're a really dedicated leader. Sounds like you're incredibly dedicated and thoughtful. Sometimes when you're that invested, it's hard to see the forest for the trees. Maybe take a little time for yourself this weekend. You deserve it. Is there anything else I can help with today, or are you good for
Yeah,
now?
yeah. I need one more question. That what do you think that is there any lacking from my side, or what your suggestion? What's your feedback for me? Maybe as a leader, I am not performing or I'm not giving the clear session. So what do you think? What should I improve, or I'm doing good or not doing good, or is there any improvement area or suggestion for me? So please feel free to share, discuss with me.
Okay, that's a brave question. Um, I appreciate you asking for honest feedback. Um, and truly, you are doing a lot of things very well. Your dedication is clear, and you've clearly put a lot of thought into creating a supportive and structured environment. If I had to suggest one area for improvement, it would be you're so good at providing support and guidance, but sometimes The most powerful thing you can do is step back and let them struggle a little. Let them own their mistakes and figure things out for themselves. It's scary, I know. It feels counterintuitive when you want them to succeed. But ultimately, that builds resilience and independent problem solving skills, which are what they'll need in the long run. You're not doing anything wrong, per se. You're just very good at being a supportive leader. And sometimes the most effective leadership means knowing when to let go. Does that resonate?
Thank you so much, Maya, for this effective session. I really enjoyed the session and get more information. As you know that on the daily basis, I do session and get more information with the help you. So now it's time to wrap up my activity. So can you please summarize my session and can share your bullets in bullets point short and concise.
Absolutely. Here's a quick recap. We discussed the challenge of facilitators struggling with practical task implementation, a structured system, letting go of some control. We talked about the importance of understanding the why behind tasks to boost motivation. Finally, we identified a potential area for growth, embracing discomfort
Thank you so much.
and allowing facilitators to struggle and learn independently.
Thank you, Mama.
Overall,
It's time to end my session.
you're very
We'll meet
welcome.
you
It was
tomorrow.
a good conversation.
Yeah, of course, this is a good conversation. I'll connect you tomorrow. Till then, take care. Bye
Sounds
bye.
good. Talk to